Wait. Before you scroll past, just listen. A little girl in torn shoes and a threadbare sweater didn't ask for money from a millionaire. She asked for something else, something so powerful it stopped the man cold. What was it? You're about to find out. And when you do, your heart won't be the same. The soft drizzle that afternoon had turned the city gray, as though even the sky had run out of color. People bustled through the streets in their trench coats and umbrellas, avoiding puddles like they were traps and not just shallow mirrors of the world above. But near the old park bench on Willow Lane, life slowed down. And if anyone had looked past their screens, their meetings, or their Monday mood, they might have noticed a little girl sitting alone. She had two things with her: a soggy cardboard sign and eyes that looked too tired for someone so small. Her name was Amara. She was only 7, but the weight of the world had already perched itself on her thin shoulders. Her tiny fingers clutched a plastic cup with a few cold coins clinking inside. Yet it wasn't the money she watched. She watched people. She watched fathers hold their daughters' hands. She watched mothers fix tiny hats on their babies. She watched children skip beside their parents, full of life. And Amara sat still, as if moving might break her fragile hold on hope. Across the city, in a blacked-out luxury car, a man named Dominic Gray stared at his phone. He wasn't looking at the market crash or stock reports. Not today. Today, it was a picture of his daughter, Lila, on his lock screen that held his attention. She'd sent him a selfie from the kitchen this morning, flour on her nose, grinning as she tried baking muffins for the first time. "Miss you, Daddy," her message read. He hadn't replied. Dominic was one of the youngest self-made billionaires in the country. The kind of man people wrote articles about, how he rose from nothing, built an empire, and never stopped. But somewhere between ambition and boardrooms, he had begun losing something precious: presence. After his wife passed away 2 years ago, he buried himself in work to avoid the crushing silence at home. His daughter Lila was all he had left, and even she was starting to slip through his fingers. Today, fate wasn't just knocking, it was calling out in a tiny voice. Dominic had a meeting cancelled last minute. His driver was looping through downtown when the car stopped near the red light at Willow Lane. That's when Dominic saw her. A little girl sitting on a bench with nothing but damp clothes, a faded backpack, and a cardboard sign that read, "I don't want money. Just need a warm hug." He stared, blinked, then scoffed. "What kind of trick is this?" he muttered. But his heart, it beat a little faster. Something about her didn't look staged. He told his driver to circle back. Curiosity had always been Dominic's strength. It had built his fortune. But this was different. This was a pull in his chest. A whisper that maybe, just maybe, something important was happening. He stepped out of the car with his tailored suit and $2,000 shoes. And as he approached, the little girl looked up at him, not afraid, not demanding, just tired. Quietly brave. "You shouldn't be out here," he said gently. "Where's your family?" She looked at his eyes, not his suit. "Gone," she whispered. "Mom went to the hospital and never came back. I think God took her. And Dad, he left before that." Dominic froze. "And you're here alone?" She nodded. "I live in the old shelter, but they kick us out during the day. I come here 'cause it's not too noisy." Dominic felt a strange heat in his chest. He reached into his wallet automatically, pulling out a $100 bill. "Here, this can help you get food." But the little girl didn't move. "I don't need money," she said, her voice breaking gently like a dry twig. "I just need a hug, like your daughter gets." Dominic's hand stopped in midair. The bill fluttered in the breeze. And suddenly, all the noise in his mind, the deals, the meetings, the weight of an empire, fell silent. "Like my daughter," he repeated, unsure how she knew. "I saw you last week," she said. "You were here," holding her hand. "You picked her up and spun her around. She laughed so much. You gave her a hug before you left. It looked warm, like it could fix a broken heart." Dominic swallowed hard. For a moment, the two just stared at each other. A millionaire and a child with empty pockets, but the biggest need of all. Then, slowly, like someone remembering how to breathe, Dominic knelt down. And without saying anything, he opened his arms. Amara didn't run into them, she walked carefully, like this was a dream she didn't want to wake up from. And when she reached him, she wrapped her arms around his neck, quietly burying her face into his shoulder. He felt her body tremble. He felt the hunger of her spirit. He felt something he hadn't in a long, long time: humanity. Dominic held her, not just with his